Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith and I'm sure glad you stopped by today. In today's video, I invite you to come along with me for today's grilling session. We're going to be cooking up some chicken wings and pork chops direct. And also, today is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of y'all out there. So today, y'all, it's going to be just a grill and chill as we cook up this meat and we reflect on Father's Day. If that sounds good to you, let's dive in. All right, y'all, I just lit these chimney starters. Now let's go ahead and head in the house and I'll show you how we're gonna season our meat for today. So we're keeping it super simple today, guys, with the seasoning. On the left are my pork chops. I rubbed them down with some olive oil and got them seasoned with some Lowry seasoned salt. And on our right, you have our chicken wings. I've cut them up into the drumette and the flat, rubbed them down with olive oil as well, and seasoned them up with some lemon pepper seasoning. All right, y'all, so we got our meat on the grill. Everything looks good. Looking at the temperature gauge now, and we're hitting about at 350. So I'm totally okay with that because we're cooking direct. I'm gonna come in here in about 5 minutes and we're gonna do a flip. Probably on these pork chops, maybe these chicken wings, and like always, we'll rotate as necessary, identify where our hot zones are, and we'll work it like that. So yeah, beautiful day out here. We don't have a lot of wind, so I'm expecting a nice stable fire. And man, those are like ideal conditions to be grilling in. So today's Father's Day, man, and it just, just got me thinking about the men in my life who have been impactful to me. And just a special thanks to all you fathers out there. And man, not only my biological dad, but grandparents, uncles, coaches, teachers, mentors, supervisors at jobs, all those men who have encouraged me, who have spoke life into me over the years, who have corrected me and disciplined me when I needed to be disciplined, you know what I mean? And I'm just so thankful for that. My uncle comes to mind when I fire up this grill, because when I was a little tyke, he took me under his wing and he showed me some techniques in grilling. And I remember vivid, memories of hanging out with him in my grandmother's backyard and him just showing me his techniques. Oh man, tenderizing ribs. He would do like a boil. He would like parboil them, his ribs, to get them tender. And he would season them up. He would do a little parboil and he would bring them off and he would grill them. And man, I learned so much from that. And some of my techniques that I use today, it's a combination of people who have spent time with me, right? People who have showed me the ropes, who have taught me, and I'm just so thankful for that. And now as a dad myself, it's even a greater appreciation for what it means to father, right? The amount of patience that you have to be a father. The transparency that you have to be a father. So my wife and I have 8 children. My oldest is 18 and my youngest is he'll be 2 in July. And y'all, there's no handbook for this. Hey, I'm not that. If you want to read books, man, you may have a baby on the way, you read books. By all means, try to acquire as much knowledge as you can. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff that's not in those books. And you're going to have to get in there, you're going to have to experience some things, and you're just going to have to work this fatherhood thing out. Because for each person, your walk may be different, and your journey may be different. But like I said, man, when you grilling, right, just because a grilling session didn't come out right for you, just because the meat wasn't there, you don't give up. You don't walk away. Nah, man, you learn, and you keep coming back to the grill, right? Same thing I learned with being a dad. Some days are gonna get tough. Some days are gonna be frustrated. Some days, man, you know what I mean, I might lose a little patience with my kids. But that doesn't mean I give up. That means I come back and I apologize. Hey, you know what, man, I messed up. right? My message was on point, but my tone was whack, and I apologize. Because that relationship means so much to me, and I have to do what I can to protect that relationship. And that means full transparency, that means being humble, and that means when you mess up, man, saying you mess up, because none of us is perfect. But it's those men, man, it's those dads that are there and present despite them being imperfect, right? Despite them making mistakes, they keep coming back, right? You know, those mentors and guys, even if they impact you, it's like, man, I can't mess up bad enough. This dude is still coming back. This dude still want to have something to do with me. He's still trying to coach me. He's still trying to encourage me. And I keep messing up, right? Just like on this grill, man, keep coming back. Keep coming back. And seeing your kids grow and seeing your kids, man, or people that you have mentored and coached, that's so fulfilling. And outside of my children, people that I have, you know, may have mentored professionally or may have taken under my wing, and seeing them grow and develop and even go beyond what I've gone beyond, right? And advance to places that I couldn't reach. But to see them do that, man, that's so satisfying for me, to be able to see someone else be successful. And know that, you know, you had something to do with that, whether it was an encouraging word, whether it was just taking time to listen to somebody. So yeah, man, so happy Father's Day, y'all. First flip, y'all, is about 3 minutes in. So we're 3 minutes in, we're doing the first flip. I see right here, these are cooking a bit fast, so let's do a little rotation. I got 4 here. Let's take these 4, pop them right here. These 4, let's just put those right there. Identifying your hot zone, we just did. Rotating meat in and out the hot zone. Now I'm looking at my wings. Giving these a quick flip. Checking flip. Working my grill at this point. Keeping my meat rotated. I'm trying to be fast too, y'all. I don't want to be in here and have this grill open too long. I increase the chances of flare-up, so I'm trying to get in here and work fast. I like what I'm seeing right now. My grill is calm. It's settled down, and I want it to stay that way. So let's get in and let's get out. Make sure we're good. Let's get it closed. So I think I told y'all I log grill notes on my phone to let me know where I am. So I came in 4:13, put the meat on. We flipped at 4:21. So let's go ahead and put this in here. 4:21 flip. There we go. We were talking about Father's Day, and it's interesting because my family was like, "Hey, Dad, what you want? What can we do for you?" And I didn't even have to think twice. They was like, "Can we take you somewhere? Can we buy you something? Can we do something like that?" It's like, y'all already know I don't need all that. I don't need all that. All I want to do is to spend time with y'all. All right. That's all I want to do. Now you talking to somebody who is, who's older, right? And I had to mature to get to that place, right? And being a husband and being a dad. But man, as you live, your perspective, it does something to you as you see things and you experience things, right? When you're younger, you kind of into the materialistic things. You want to do this and do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you just got to make sure that has its proper place. And doing all that stuff does not come before your family. Don't get it twisted. And when you're younger, sometimes you can get your priorities messed up and you try to put all that other stuff in front of your family. And that's when things get twisted up. And then for me, man, it's like I'm to a point now, I ain't got to worry about putting that stuff in front of my family because I don't have a desire for that. My desire is them. And this isn't something that just happened. This is something that developed. And the reason why it developed, man, I can just attribute it to my walk with the Lord, my walk with Jesus Christ, and getting in fellowship with Him and growing in my relationship with Him. And that made my desires align with His desires for my life. That made my desires to try to be the best husband I can be. Because that's what He wants me to be. Make my desires to be a present father and to have an active role in raising my children. Because that's what He desires for me. So you get to a place where you don't need all that other stuff. You know what I mean? I don't need the big house. I don't need nothing wrong with that, y'all. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me nothing wrong with that. But I don't need that. I don't need the big, the fancy car. I don't need the awesome grill, right? With all the gadgets and gizmos. That's nice to have, but I don't need it. Y'all know what I'm saying? So growing as a father just has helped me get that perspective as a man. And allowing me to grow in my relationship. And it's interesting, my son, my oldest, I mentioned to y'all, he's 18, soon to be 19. And I remember being there when he was born, right? Remember raising him, right? Spending time with him. But there are phases of fatherhood you kind of go through. In the beginning, you the dad, you taking care of them, you doing this, you disciplining them, you encouraging them, hey, go do this. And they don't ask questions, right? They just do what you say. But then as they get older, they starting to ask questions. And if you're not careful, you can assume that they're trying to talk back, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there's a tone in which they need to ask questions in, right? But it's changed, your relationship is changing phases. Like my son now, 18, becoming his own man, I'm like a mentor, right? I'm not making his decisions for him. I'm helping, trying to guide him, giving him advice, giving him real talk, right? Like, hey son, man, I was in a similar situation, bro, when I was younger, and this is what I learned from that. So you free to make your own decision, but I'm gonna let you know how that worked out for me. You know what I'm saying? But when they're younger, it's like, no, you do this, you do that. But that relationship and those dynamics change as they get older. Right, you still a father, you still have that relationship, but it's now entered into another phase. And I value that with my son. It's like, cause we're walking this same walk together. You know what I mean? As men, we dealing with the same things together, but we can encourage one another. We can inspire one another. We can come alongside one another and lift each other up. And that's so important. And so I got my boys, and the same thing with my girls. I want to be present in their life. I don't want them to have to seek comfort and security in a man. Right? I don't want them to have to do that. They need to be complete as women. They need to know who they are as ladies, as women of God, and be complete. They don't need to go try to find completion and fulfillment in some man. But it starts with me because I got to set the example. It starts with you because you got to set the example, man. If you got girls, you need to be present. You need to tell them you love them. You need to spend some time with them. right? It's on us to father them, man, so that they not out here trying to seek something in some man that we didn't provide, right? Because if we didn't provide it, that's on us, and we got to do better. So, again, man, I'm in the same boat, right? I got 3 boys and I got 5 girls, so I gotta make sure I'm there for my boys, and I'm also there for my girls, because they different. You dads, you know what I'm talking about, man. Boys, you may be able to handle one way, talk to one way. Girls are a little bit different, right? You may have to soften it up. You may not be able to come at them like this. You got to soften it up a little bit. And then it's helped me work on my communication skills, because the way I communicate with one, I may have to do some, you know what I'm saying, change up my approach a little bit, because it's not about me communicating a certain way. I'm willing to change because I want them to listen, but they not gonna listen to me until I listen to them. They not gonna listen to me unless they know that dad is listening to me, right? Dad is hearing what I'm saying, and I've had to grow into that. Not just, hey, do what I do, I'm your daddy, you know what I'm saying? No, that, man, I learned that only gets you so far. When they get older, bro, it's relationships. If you don't have those relationships, you're gonna have little to no impact on their life. So I'm walking that out now, man, and I just encourage all of you fathers out there, don't give up. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. I sit here right now, as a father, as a husband. I am the result and the product of men who never gave up on me, and they kept coming back. Despite my mess ups, hang ups, man, they kept coming back. So y'all do the same. All right, y'all, it's been 6 minutes since we've been in here last, so let's go ahead and get it again. See what's going on. Oh yeah, just checking our pork chops here a little bit. Yep, they coming along nicely, not cooking too fast. Wings look good. Just gonna flip our wings a little bit. Make sure we're not getting too charred on any one side. So I'm just taking a peek at it. But yeah, so far so good, y'all. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Based on how these are cooking, they're not cooking too fast. We can probably let it ride just a little bit longer and not come in, you know, maybe not 5-6 minutes. We'll let it go a little bit longer. All right, y'all, it's been 10 minutes, so let's get back on it. Remember I said I was gonna let these go a little bit longer, so 10 minutes is about what I feel comfortable doing. And let's just check them out here. Yep. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that color there. I like that. I like those grill marks. Oh yeah. So this center right here, this is definitely running a little hot right here. I say hot, it's hotter, it's our hot zone. But I'm still okay with how it's cooking. There we go. And the way we're gonna cook these pork chops, y'all, we're gonna 3-step them. Step number 1 is to lock in a nice sear, a nice flavor. Step number 2, I got my aluminum tray off to the left, man. We're gonna put them in some aluminum, wrap them a little bit, let them steam, cook in their own juices. Because I mentioned to y'all in the last video, technically this pork chop may be hitting its internal temperature like right now, but that doesn't mean it's done on the tenderness scale the way I want them to be. So like, you know, you can cook past the internal temperature, but you got to be careful so you don't dry that meat out. So we're going to 3-step them. We're going to let them go a little bit longer. And then when we come back in on this next flip, y'all, we're going to put them in some foil. Let them cook in their own juices for a little bit. And then that 3rd step is we're going to take them out of the foil and let them get some of that direct heat for a little bit longer. Because I want them to have a nice texture. You know what I'm saying? I don't want on the grill. I don't want these to be crock pot pork chops. So I don't want them to just sit in that foil. Then we serve them up straight out the foil. I want them to see some direct heat action to try to build up a little texture before we serve them up. Oh Pork there, yeah, those wings looking good too. Wings looking good. I like what I'm seeing. Keeping my rings rotated. I like the color. I like the skin right there. The way it's drawing up a little bit. Perfect. Let's get this closed, y'all. All right, y'all. It's been about 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and check these. Just looking around. Our fire is nice and calm down there. I like that. Yeah, y'all. Our pork chops are looking good. Definitely time to two-step these. We're gonna three-step them. This is gonna be step number 2. Yeah, I like the color. And I'm gonna show y'all too, man. I did a video on how to make sure your meat is tender, and we talked about cooking past the doneness temperature. Like if I temp these pork chops, they coming back over 140, right? And I'm okay with that. The color looks good. I'm okay with that. They over 140. But what we gonna do to ensure they're moist though, we're gonna put them in this foil. We're gonna put them in this foil and let them steam a little bit so that these fibers can break down. So although these pork chops are coming back over the doneness, over the internal safe to eat temperature, we want them to go a little longer in this aluminum foil so they can cook in their own juices. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add some onion, y'all, to this. Just got me a little onion here. Got me a little onion I'm gonna add. Onion just to help give it a little flavor, and it's also gonna be another source of moisture. When that onion start to break down in there, so we'll put that in there. Right there. Next up, I got some low sodium soy sauce. Low sodium because we've already got salt on this, so I don't want to do too much on the salt side. All right, y'all. We got some moisture in there. Now let's cover these bad boys up. So y'all remember what we're doing here. We're cooking past the internal safe to eat temperature. Because although it's safe to eat, these pork chops, I want them to be a bit more tender. That's why we're going to wrap them as tight as I can get them in the foil. Awesome, put them right there. Let's look at our chicken wings. The chicken wings look good. And I mentioned to y'all, I like a crispy chicken wing. Right? I don't worry about my chicken wings drying out because I hit them with that olive oil. And our olive oil helps protect them from those intense temperatures. So although like this looks like that, that's perfect to me. I like that. I like that texture because I know that olive oil is protecting it. And before we serve this up, we're gonna let it sit and rest a little while. And when we let it sit and rest and let those juices redistribute, it's gonna help moisten that meat as well. So we got a nice crust on the outside, but it's gonna have be nice and moist on the inside once you break through that outer crust. And that's what I'm looking for in a wing, y'all. So some of these look like they're about done, chicken wing side. So I'm gonna get some of these off. Hold on, we'll be right back. All right, y'all, some of these wings are looking good already. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Like these right here, looking good. Let's go ahead and get these off of here.
honestly, all of them look good. You can go ahead and get all these off, y'all. We straight, y'all. Yep. All of them look good. We're gonna take the wings off. Just sit these in the oven. Alright, y'all. Now I want to sit pork chops in the center right here. There we go. So they can get all that heat. Alright, y'all. So we just took our wings off the grill. Those wings are looking perfect. And my wings, I want a nice texture. I don't like a soggy chicken wing. So although a chicken wing may be hitting an internal temperature of 165, which they say is safe to eat temperature, I want a wing that is done. And my definition for done and your definition for done might be different, but I want the right texture, I want the right color, I want the right moisture content, and I want the right taste, right? So I like my wing to have a little texture to it, a little crunch on the outside. But then as you work your way inside, that meat is moist, right? Once you work your way past that outer layer. So that's what I think we were able to achieve today with these wings. So they're off, and we got those in the house, ready to go. So now we're waiting on our pork chops. Now you remember with these pork chops, we're gonna 3-step them. Step number 1 was just searing them up, making sure we got a nice sear on them, got a nice color to them. Also wanted to put some little grill marks on them, let them get that smoky charcoal flavor. Now those pork chops were coming in at an internal temperature above what they say the safe to eat temperature is for pork chops. However, there's still an opportunity for us to tenderize them a bit more and break down those fibers. And that's why we're doing the 3 steps. Step 2 is the aluminum foil. Put them in some aluminum foil, let them cook in their own juices. I added some low sodium soy salt, so I'm introducing some additional moisture to help break down those fibers even more. And I also put some onions in there for additional moisture and also some flavor. So once that's step number 2, and then we're gonna come back with the 3rd step. Once we let this go for a little bit, I'm gonna take them out of the foil, put them on the coals. The reason why I want to get a little direct action is because I don't want them to be like crock pot ribs, to where they got that kind of soggy, soft outer layer. That's fine if you're doing pork chops. I mean, that's fine if you're doing the crock pot. We're not doing the crock pot, we on this grill. So the texture I'm going for is, I want that tender inside, that moist inside, but I want a nice crust, a nice texture on that surface, so when you bite it, you break into it, and then you get that tenderness. So that's what we're going for on these pork chops, y'all. So I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer, and then we're gonna take them out that foil and let them get some direct heat action. Hold on, and we'll be right back. So y'all, it's been about 30 minutes since we put these pork chops on, so now we're ready to go to step 3. So let's go ahead and get this foil off of here. Okay, y'all, so that's very good. Man, I don't know if you smell that, but I'm sorry, y'all can't smell that, but very aromatic. Very aromatic. Got that nice tenderness I was shooting for. See that, y'all? Nice tenderness. Y'all see that? Come in a little closer, but see that tenderness on that meat? That's what I want. And now I want them to get a little direct action. Remember, we're grilling. I want these to be necessarily crock pot pork chops. I want them to have a little texture to them, so let's give them a little direct action right here. But that tenderness, man, I like that. I'm bringing this one in here too, y'all. Y'all see that tenderness right there? It's ready to separate. Perfect. We're gonna let these get a little direct action. I think about maybe a couple minutes on each side, just to knock off some of that moisture, and then we're gonna call it. Hold on, y'all. We'll be right back. So I mentioned to y'all earlier how much family is important to me, and man, I've been doing YouTube for a while now. I started off, just making videos. First of all, I was like a sideline person, right? I'd be consuming a lot of content, and I had the idea to make videos, but it was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And then just one day, I was like, man, life is too short to be sitting here with ideas, to be sitting here with knowledge, to be sitting here with experiences. You know what I mean? That you can give back to others and share with others. I'm gonna do it. And I started it. I wasn't really consistent, but here in the last year or so, I've really been trying to be consistent. And I say all that to say, man, family is important, and you all are important to me. Y'all are my YouTube family. The support that you've showed me over the years in the comments, consuming all of my content, whether it's grilling, automotive, DIY, just the love that y'all show, man, I appreciate it. And just being able to get to know y'all in some of the comments, man, it's truly been a blessing for me. And I just want to say thank y'all for that, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for showing up, man, video after video and supporting us. So with that being in mind, I think it's only fitting on this Father's Day dinner I'm going to have with my family, man, and I invite y'all. So just know, y'all got a place at the table. So after we done with this meat, man, we go inside and break bread. And I invite you to come hang out with my family as we enjoy this Father's Day dinner together. Alright, y'all, so here's a view of what we're working with today on this Father's Day supper. We've got those 3-step pork chops we did, y'all, and I think these things are super tender. Yeah, that's how we wanted that pork chop. You can pluck it, very good. Our lemon pepper chicken wings right here. We got some greens here. Here's some of those onions that we had in there with the pork chops. And then we have some candied yams. And then we have some mac and cheese there, y'all. So here's a view. Hold on and we'll be right back. Hey Noah, is it good? You eating it? Mm-mm. All right, y'all, we about to dig in. We got folks coming to the table. A lot of us already at the table. So we about to go ahead and enjoy this meal. And thank y'all so much for hanging out with us while we enjoy this Father's Day dinner.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Judith. We don't need this.
Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wait a minute. So I didn't expect this, y'all. I'm about to break bread, and my daughter knows I'm big into these condiments and sauces, and I like all kinds of sauces, y'all. Barbecue sauces, honey mustard, and she brought me a little gift pack with some different sauces. So from the family, right? So thank y'all so much. I got some sauces here, y'all. I may try out today. Peach bourbon hot sauce, Thai sweet chili, Polynesian, habanero, sriracha honey. Oh, I love sriracha. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank y'all so much. Barbecue. Thank y'all so much for that. Good. Hit the spot. I'm working on this mac and cheese. These are turnip greens? Collard greens. They good. You get these in the Instagram.
The pork chops is good.
Now that pork chop is good?
It's good.
It's good? My wife just said that pork chop was nice and tender, y'all, so remember that was that 3-step we did. Woo! Pork chop is good. Actually, I thought I was done, but 2 of my girls made me some pretzel salad.
Boo!
Pretzel salad, right?
Yeah.
Pretzel salad, yeah. One of my favorite desserts. So I'm about to dig in.
And Daddy can only see your hat.
Okay. So we got Judah and I, y'all. We eating our pretzel salad. What you think, Judah?
It's fine, but I didn't taste it.
It's fine, but you ain't tasted it. It's good, y'all. Thank you so much. It's delicious. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today as we cooked up some chicken wings and pork chops using the direct method. And remember, with those pork chops, we 3-stepped them. So y'all definitely should try that out, that 3-step on the pork chops. And we also reflected on fatherhood too. Special thanks to all you fathers out there, fathers that are still here, fathers that have passed on, but also talked about the importance of the responsibility that we have as fathers, and how we have to take that responsibility seriously. So thank y'all so much. Be blessed. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so anytime we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. Hit that like button and leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in any of the products we used in today's video, we'll leave some links down below. Hope you have an awesome day, and thanks for watching.